waited long enough. Give me a second. There it is. So I see, actually, it's very nice to have you here, Crypto Ali. For the people, yes, I'm unmuted. For the people who didn't know already, we will start our first, new language community, and we will start off with a Turkish community. We will have Crypto Ali and Gems Professor, which do have actually some pretty nice Twitter accounts with a nice following on it. We will have them manage the whole Turkish groups. Of course, we will also add it to Rose and everywhere else for the first different language group. And in addition, AJ asked me to add a German group as well, um, because we know quite some people who aren't that good in English, and would like to have different ways, different possibilities to ask questions. We are looking into a lot more different groups, but for now we will start with the Turkish group and the German group. It takes a lot of managing in the background. So we are very happy to welcome Crypto Ali and Gems Professor. Gems Professor is currently at work. He can't attend today. Um, but yeah, we are very happy to welcome them into the team. So I see familiar names today, but for Crypto Ali, I would just go over the fundamental presentation. Um, it might help him also because every day someone sees it, you will recognize some different things in it, and then we can talk about the whole market situation, which we're having right now in the crypto market. So let me start with BankersDream. A quick overview of BankersDream. So for once, we do have a tax. We do have a flat tax. So if you buy Bankers Dream, you will get taxed, and additionally, if you sell Bankers Dream, you will get taxed. It's the same tax overall, 15% flat. We do have 8% of the total tax reflected in BUSD. Um, BUSD logic is pretty easy. The more Banks token you hold, the more reflections you will receive as a holder. It is pretty worth it to hold a token and to just gather the BUSD rewards. Um, I had a question earlier. I will just go into the question because it's a pretty interesting one. Why did we choose BUSD as the reward? We did choose it because it is a stable token. So it is a pretty safe token to reward in, a pretty safe token for the people to just gather and forget about it and just look at it once a month, and then they can do with it whatever they want. And yeah, that's why we did choose BUSD rewards. We do have marketing slash fund 4%. Overall, buyback and burn 2%, and liquidity added 1%. The liquidity is pretty important because we need to stabilize the price over the course of the time, and this will help to not have that huge of an impact of from bigger sells or buys. Our features pretty straightforward. We are generally looking into passive income, so we do want to build a whole ecosystem around the token, aiming to generate passive income for the holders. So we want to create a very big incentive to hold the token. We want to educate the people a lot about BankersDream, the token itself. That's also why we are taking daily AMAs. And additionally, as a main utility, because the main problem with a reward token is simply the fact that it is dependent of the trade volume. So right now, in the current market situation, of course, there is not a lot happening also in our token. I mean, we are pretty glad we are not dumping, as for example other tokens are. Most of the tokens are down like 20 to 30%. There are a few winners in the tokens, but most of the tokens are down 20 to 30%. Um, this shows a pretty strong holder base, a pretty strong community, especially since the dump of the overall market happened right after we did pump, I think 2 to 250%. So this especially shows the daily AMAs are helping, the overall activity is helping, the community is just straightforward very great, participating in a lot of Reddit posts and Twitter posts. So a very great community we have been able to build so far. And yeah, in such times right now, there won't be a lot of volume generated. Yeah, people are filled with fear. People do not know what happens next in the market. There have been some yeah bad news of Russia, for example, which did additionally lead to this dump in the crypto market. Interest rates are bad. Yeah, it's just a very shitty moment for the crypto space overall. But we are standing our ground. We did find a very good floor after the pump. This is also why we have a lot of people joining. A lot of them will most likely just watch a bit. Will watch the future development of the token, and once we are able to create buy pressure again, I'm pretty sure that people will ape in again as they did before, because we are constantly growing in the raw numbers. Um, Additionally, to BankersDream itself, because of the BUSD rewards, since they are dependent on the volume, we wanted to create an additional way to be able to distribute passive income without being dependent of the trade volume. So we did create Bankers Whale. This is our main utility. It is a community fund in which we invest a lot of money in and will be generating the yield or part of the yield in the future for the holders themselves. So I will just jump straight into Banker's Whale. It is a pretty straightforward strategy for Banker's Whale. So we are collecting parts of the tax in the marketing wallet, and one part of the tax in the marketing wallet is or will be used for fund investments. Um, so for the people being longer here, they know the game we are doing with it. For the new people, we are vetting the projects. We are constantly looking for new projects, and we will put them to a vote for the community itself. So everyone in the future, only the banks holders will be able to vote on the projects themselves. But we are putting them to a vote. So let's say we have, for example, Earnhub or Evergrowcoin. Which one does the community want a community fund to invest in? And the community will choose, the fund will invest. And at some point, once we are able to gain some traction in the fund, to generate yield in the fund, we will be able to distribute the yield to the holders. The distribution of the assets in the fund itself, this is nothing fixed yet. We are still working behind the scenes on this distribution of the assets. Is 10% in ICOs, because ICOs are a pretty risky investment. They can go very well, they can go very bad. So we want to keep it at 10%. We will be looking at 20% overall used for staking. Staking is, yeah, it could be like very big ones like Matic. There could also be different ones. We will see in the future how the fund itself will develop. 30% are used for reward tokens, And 40% right here it says cash. Cash is just a financial term in funds. So we will just keep a little bit of the money back for like especially this market situations where we are able to dollar cost average into our investments and get a very good price. Or if we want to get into the next project, the next investment, we are able to grab a very good price for it. So this is how it goes. As I said before, the cash won't stay at 40%. This would be stupid money sitting around in the fund. In the future, about let's say 90 to 95% will be actively invested and generating yield. But for now, we do need some cash in the backhand, um, especially in this market situations right now, because we can definitely um, build the fund up pretty well in such market situations. As for running investments right now, I will just note them again. Running investments right now are, for once, Moonrock. We did invest in Moonrock. The very special part about our Moonrock investment is we are, well, how big, how big of a bag do we have? Around the top 400, top 300 holders of Moonrock right now. This secures us a spot for a weekly Moonrock airdrop, which they are running right now. So this additionally builds our bag up pretty good in our Moonrock investment. And additionally, they are launching the next token, and with the token, the next fund. And with this, we have been able to secure also a one-to-one airdrop um, for the new token they are launching. They are stealth launching the token, so we do not know when it will actually come out. But yes, it was a pretty well-timed investment. We have been able to get a pretty good bag. We are still sitting on a, well, let's say, I think 100% in profit. So it's a very, very comfortable position we have in Rock, because we did actually invest in one project. We will receive two projects in the future. We will receive, if they keep it structured that way, all the other projects they will be launching in the future. So it is pretty good running investment right now. We did additionally invest in EarnHub. We did also whitelist the EarnHub contract, the AnyFlag contract of EarnHub. So the EarnHub holders are able to reflect in banks itself, and the reflection they will be paid out is um, not taxed for the AnyFlag contract. So a good opportunity for the EarnHub community once we get some more exposure and some more traction. Um, we did stake the EarnHub tokens we bought in the fund, so we will still be building this position up in the future. We did additionally invest in Evergrow coin. Evergrow is a pretty, I would say a must-have investment if you are into the whole passive income reward tokens. They are pretty big already, but I would say you never know in the crypto market. They have been hitting in English you call it a billion. They have been hitting the billion market cap already, and they are launching in this first quarter of the year different utilities. So we will be definitely we want to participate in this growth. So we will still be dollar cost averaging into Evergrow coin itself. The last investment we made so far was Moon. Moon is a pretty new token. Um, the launch should have been in the past 2 days, 3 days. I do not remember exactly. They had some issues with the contract itself. It is not super bad. They will be relaunching, I think, on Monday. Just to give you people a quick recap of what happened at the Moon launch. They did make the contract with InterFi. InterFi is a very well-known company. They do also develop contracts if you want them to. And the problem was whoever made the contract didn't deploy the contract on the testnet. So they haven't been aware that there are actual issues with the contract. They did an audit and everything with the contract, so the team was 100% not aware of this issue at launch. And yeah, it is nothing bad at all. We did secure a pretty good investment in Moon for a pre-sale price. We will dollar cost average after the launch. We will be watching the launch because the interesting part in Moon is they have the staking utility ready with launch. So we did already stake the tokens. Unfortunately, they need to relaunch them, and the fund is able to like lock the Moon tokens um, either for 60 or for 90 days. We will be choosing 90 days because it grants the biggest APY, and you will be able to most likely secure the APY because not a lot of people are willing to stake the tokens that long in a fresh project. Um, but yes, this is basically a staking investment combined with a ICO investment. They will be launching different ICOs. They have a great team, so we fully trust this project so far. Yes, this for the latest investment we made. Right now, we are looking at the market situation. We are looking the way it evolves right now because we are looking for the next investment right now in the community fund. So if you have any interesting projects which you think, hey, this is a nice project, it is the main thing is it needs to somehow generate passive income for us. So either it is a reward token or it is able to stake at this moment in the fund. So these are the only two things which are needed for new projects for the fund. And otherwise, you are always feel free to give us suggestions for the next investments. We are right now having a good list. We are vetting. But yes, you never know. Sometimes someone knows something about a gem which we didn't recognize right now. This for the fund distribution and for the ongoing investments right now we have in the fund. So for the people which are new to our token, we are already actively building the community fund. We are missing two key things in the fund, which is for one, the voting protocol. We will implement it in our debt dashboard itself. And the other thing missing is the distribution protocol, which isn't that bad to develop itself, but of course you need to be sure it is 100% safe and working um, for the fund itself. And yeah, but we are still already working actively investing on the fund, of course. We are doing it in a safe way, so we are dollar cost averaging our investments into the different projects, so we won't buy a very big chunk of money at once. We will buy consecutively, as for example for the Moonrock investment, they did have a pretty big dip recently, which isn't bad. They had a pretty big pump going on. It is normal for a project and healthy to get a correction, but we've been able to abuse this dip somehow. Pretty good timing so far for our investments in the community fund. The yield distribution for the fund itself, pretty straightforward. We will have 75% of the yield generated by the fund distributed to our holders. We will apply the same logic as for the BUSD rewards. So the more token you are holding in your wallet, the more of the yield you will personally receive. A pretty straightforward way. 25% are or will be used for marketing and charity, because this question I also already got a lot of times. Marketing does in the fund itself also include compounding into the fund. So if we do not need any additional marketing money, at some point we will use this part to compound it directly back into the fund itself, just to make it grow bigger and bigger step by step. Um, the charity will be chosen by the holders themselves. Same voting system for the as for the investments. We do want to give back to people which haven't been that lucky in life, or for example for different environmental charities, and the holders will be able to vote on the charity itself. The voting system, I need to point this out. The voting system itself is also the same logic as for the BUSD rewards applied. So the more tokens you hold of banks, the more voting power you will personally have. Um, Additionally, only banks holders can vote for our investments, which is, yeah, very important. Right now we are doing Telegram polls, but as we all know, there is always the possibility there that um, other people which do not even own banks tokens are joining and voting. It isn't bad, but it's also not intended in that way, so we do not want this at all. Um, so for the distribution, there's one thing people have to understand. If this project is able to grow consistently over the time, the fund, of course, is growing with the project itself. The more volume we are generating in our token, the more money we will have to invest in the fund. We are not actively trading the fund, so we are only looking for mid to long-term investments. We really want to hold the investments in there. We do not want to dump on the projects or on the communities of the other projects. And this has one reason, one very specific reason, because of course once this fund reaches a certain level, there will be investments in there which we are holding a pretty big wallet of. So we need to strengthen our investments. That's also a reason why we are dollar cost averaging into them. We want the projects to be successful. We want the DeFi crypto space to be successful. And yeah, this is the reason why we are investing long term. If the other projects are successful, if our staking is successful, if our, for example, yield farming in the future is successful, we will have a lot of money to distribute to our holders. And this money is independent of our trade volume and is also independent of the price of our bank's token. So it doesn't matter if we generate, let's say, $1,000 of daily volume, because the market has been going totally crazy and no one is buying, no one is selling. It doesn't matter if that happens because the fund will still be generating passive income um, over the time, and we will still be able to distribute parts of the yield to the holders. So this is the biggest incentive for our holders, or better for especially new people. Why is it so valuable to hold the bank's token? Because point one, you will receive BUSD rewards if people have been following the Telegram chat and sometimes the screenshots taken from our dashboard, the reward dashboard. Um, there are pretty good money distributed to the people already. And once volume is picking up, there will be even more BUSD rewards being distributed to the different holders. So this is the first incentive we have been building, the token itself. The second incentive is, of course, the main utility, this investment fund. Of course, only banks holders can participate. Um, I just need to throw this in because I've been receiving this question also a lot. You do not have to invest additionally for the investment fund. You will automatically participate in the investment fund if you hold Bank's token in your wallet. There is no minimum for the Bank's token because we are totally aware there are people out there which are very young or which do not have a lot of money to invest into the crypto space. We do not want to, um, yeah, put them aside just because they do not have enough money to invest into the project. Everyone has the same chance here. And you are able, even if you are not able to instantly buy trillions of tokens, of the bank tokens, you are still always able to dollar cost average, always, um, which I would always tell someone asking me which is the best way to invest. Dollar cost average your investments into the different projects. It is the most consistent way of generating um, returns in the long term. So yes, additionally, some other utilities planned for the moment. Of course, right now we are totally focusing on the progress of the token. We want to take the next steps, which will be CMC and CoinGecko and some other things. And especially we want to get this whale fund running as soon as possible. This is our main goal at the moment. Well, need to switch back. So this is for the little fundamental presentation of the project. Um, are there any questions regarding the project itself right now? You can also, if you do not want to talk right now, or if you are not able to talk, you can just drop your questions into the chat and tag me on them. I will be able to see them. Okay, no questions so far. I want to talk a little bit, once I have the chance, about the current market situation. It has been going pretty crazy in the last few hours. Oh, wait. How long before we can make a charity donation? It would be a good emphasis on another working utility. Yes, we. The problem is for the distribution, and of course, because the distribution also affects the charity donations. Because right now we are not um, generating a lot of uh, yield which can be generated to charity. Right now we are compounding all the yield generated into the fund itself, so we are able to grow it pretty fast, pretty big. We could take a poll if we want to make a little charity donation going, or if we want to donate like at least some bit of money to a charity already. Um, I wouldn't say no. As one of the team members, definitely not. I don't think the other team members would say no. Um, we could we could possibly do it, yes. Wouldn't be a problem. We will consider it. We will most likely take a Telegram poll on it. I think this would be the best way. Just asking the whole community if we want to make a little charity donation right now. I think it would be the best way. Perfect. I hope I could answer the question um, for you. Okay, I don't see another question right now in the chat. Just link me in the chat. I will hear it popping up. Otherwise, I don't see a hand of the people in the VC right now. Mm, the market situation, because it has been going pretty crazy um, at this time. Um, just some little things that I want to tell you people, because we are actually trained bankers. We do know one thing or the other about the crypto market, about the whole economic ecosystem. Um, and this whole crash was mainly caused because of bad interest rates, inflation itself. Then Russia, this is not fixed yet, but Russia said they might be banning the whole mining thing from Russia. It's just the same thing which China did before. Just some little quotes for the people out there. So the whole mining thing, because a lot of the actual Bitcoin mining is going is happening in Russia itself. If if the miners are actually banned of Russia, um, these are the miners which are very valuable for the crypto system itself. These are multi-million, if not sometimes multi-billion dollar heavy businesses. And they won't stop just because Russia tells them to stop. It was the same thing happening in China. So what did these people do? They did just take all their rigs, all their mining rigs, and they did move to Singapore. It won't stop them from mining. Definitely not. So it is nothing the crypto market itself has to really worry about, because as for the Russian miners, they won't stop to generate money for themselves. As I said before, these are for the serious miners, these are multi-million, if not sometimes multi-billion dollar heavy businesses. They would never stop the mining just because Russia told them they aren't allowed anymore. So this for once. Of course, I know the market is, yeah, in some sort manipulated very fast. As we could see, sometimes a tweet of a person like Elon Musk is enough to make the crypto world go crazy. Um, and it is a lot of psychology added in this whole process. So if a few bigger whales decide to dump their bag, of course, a lot of other people are seeing this. They get scared and they additionally dump. And this is like a chain reaction. Um, I did watch, for example, the dump of Moonrock. They have been sitting at, I think it was 52 million or 53 million market cap. And I did exactly go back to the actual moment when this whole dump happened. There was one wallet which with dollar cost averaging pretty, yeah, big amounts of money into Moonrock over the whole pump. It was over the course of 9 days, and he did dump. I think it was around 160 or 170 BNB at this point where they have been at the 52 million market cap. And this initial dump just led to a lot of different wallets dumping onto the project. Of course, there have been a lot of swing traders on this project, just taking some quick gains, which isn't bad at all. Yeah, I do not have anything against swing traders. Just what people need to understand in this space, um, it is not cool at all to dump such a big bag at once. It is definitely not cool what happened at Moonrock. It leads to a chain reaction of people panicking. There have been questions in the chat of Moonrock if the team is rug pulling this project actually, which is, yeah, pretty insane. Just to have these questions pop up in the chat, because the Moonrock team is a really transparent team. I've been talking to some of the team members already personally, so I do know they are a very based and a very transparent team. Um, so one little thing could lead to a whole chain reaction, and this is additionally what happens in the whole macro space of the market itself. You will let me know if you can see this. Yes. So if something like this happens, this is like a little educational part. I know a lot of people, of our investors, because we have smart investors. I do know we have smart investors. I see that Banks token is not dumping at all after our pump and after the initial market crash right after our pump. So I do know we have very smart investors. But still, if something like this happens, um, I do like Cointelegraph. It is a pretty fast paper which is distributing, yeah, news all over the crypto world. Just take a look yourself. What was causing this? Why is the market actually right now crashing? It helps a lot with the whole psychological part. Instead, if you would just be watching the chart itself and you would see, it is dumping like crazy. BNB is on a level of $330 per BNB. Um, of course, some people are panicking at this moment because a lot of people have very big amounts of money invested in the overall crypto space. So I do understand that a lot of people are selling from different projects, from their big token holdings, as I would say for BNB and Bitcoin, etc. But you would just need to do the research yourself. Do it as if you are investing into a project, and you would, yeah, get a little insight on the macro situation of the market. As I said before, there are a lot of different news which led to this whole situation. It is the overall, yeah, economy which is under the pressure of COVID. We have the inflation rates which are or have been on a pretty crazy level. Again, we do have um, the low interest rates going on in the whole world, which is of course affecting the whole financial world. And additionally, then there comes news from Russia. We might ban all the Bitcoin miners. So yeah, this is a pretty tough situation right now for the crypto market. Um, I just want to point this headline out. BTC price falls to 34K as Bitcoin RSI reaches most oversold since March 2022. This is like one of the indicators of a technical analysis, a pretty easy indicator, the RSI, the relative strength index, it is called, I believe, just shows you if a asset is, yeah, well balanced, or if it is pretty oversold, or if it is pretty overbought. So right now, Bitcoin has been reaching a very oversold status. It doesn't mean that Bitcoin won't drop under the 34K mark or under the 30K mark, I would say. But the chances that a lot of people, like for example El Salvador, I do not know exactly the number, but they did buy a ton of Bitcoin at this situation, which was a very smart move of the government itself. Um, so we do not know how the markets will develop in the future, but the chances for recovery after this, yeah, I would say pretty big dip, are pretty high. Especially if you take um, in count that the crypto space, the crypto awareness itself is getting bigger and bigger every day. If we have players like Walmart actually looking for an entry into the crypto market itself, this means the whole crypto world is getting a lot of attention, yeah, in the overall world, especially by the big players. Not only the financial institutions which are trading, like for example Bitcoin or BNB or Ethereum. I mean this big companies which do want to enter the crypto market somehow and are looking for possible ways to enter the crypto market. So I would say, um, of course, the crypto market sometimes it goes up like crazy, sometimes it crashes down. But for me personally, when I did the research myself, etc., pp., I do not think we will have a very big crash. Of course, the chance is always there, so do not take this as any financial advice or anything. Um, the chance is always there that Bitcoin can crash to a level below 20, for example. There's always the chance of this happening, but yeah, the indicators and the market overall, I would say it's pretty optimistic that we will recover from this big dip in the crypto space over the course of the time. So it's not a moment which I would be panicking right now. Of course, as a as one of the founders of the Banks token, since we are holding a very good floor, it's easy to say this, to not panic, since we didn't lose anything after the big pump and the market crash additionally. But still, I'm personally invested in a lot of other projects as well. And I personally am using such moments or moments like this. This is a great moments for me because I'm always dollar cost averaging my investments into the projects. So I vet the projects for myself as I vet the projects, for example, for the investment fund, for our Bankers Whale fund. And I would never do something else than dollar cost averaging because these are the moments you can really abuse. When the market is bleeding, it's the best time to invest, and this is absolutely true. When most of the people are scared to invest, it is the best time actually to invest money into the market. So for me, this is just some little educational thing I wanted to add to the AMA today because of the crash happening in the market. Um, just want to give out some positive vibes to our holders as far as I can, because I do not think that this dip is overall very bad. Of course, it sucks for the crypto market. It's definitely true. Um, but I don't think it will end very bad for the market overall. These are just some things I wanted to add personally to the whole market situation right now. Um, I'm just checking the chat right now for any questions you might have. 54 already. Holders, I think. Great news. If you have any suggestions for our token, um, or also for different language communities, as we said before, we will, right after the AMA, we will make everything ready. We do have Crypto Ali still here. Props to you, Crypto Ali, and Gems Professor, which do have pretty decent Twitter accounts, which will help us with the Turkish community. They are native Turkish speakers, so they can definitely help us out there. And we will start additionally a German community, because it's pretty easy for us to build up a German community. We are native German speakers, so of course it's the easiest thing for us to do. And otherwise, if you do have any suggestions, if you do speak another language besides English, um, and you are willing to help us somehow in the building of other communities, just let us know. um, Additionally, if someone in here is interested in helping us with all the modding, so we do have community mods, of course, as you all know, Dale, for example, or Carrie, or some other mods. If you do want to help us out there a bit, just feel free to hit us up. We do love to have community mods. We want this whole project to be very community driven. So always feel free to hit us up there. I have some more news regarding the press release, the agency which we are doing this whole press release to the agency. They just ran into a little problem. It's like a little hiccup which we are solving right now. So this, because we are a pretty low cap token, and because we do not have someone who is full doxed in our community, or better in the founders team itself, you just need to understand this. We cannot dox at the moment, um, just because for the reason that we have actual jobs in the financial world in Germany, and we are normally not allowed to, for example, run a project like this. It's not allowed for us in Germany. We are still doing it, but once at least one of us is able to quit the job and to live off the project and to 100% full dedicate into this, um, we will be able to docs, and we did docs to the agency of the press release. Don't worry about this. We do not have a problem with the doxing. We just can't do it publicly at the moment. And they do have everything right now from us, so I think the press release should be done by next week. But I will keep you all updated regarding these things. But Dale says Germany seems to have strict rules all around. Yes, Germany loves rules. um, it's not a bad thing at all. Um, it is a pretty easy life in Germany. I have to say we are all blessed that we have been born in Germany. It's great to live in Germany. But yes, sometimes of course the rules somehow um, hold you back, at least to some point. All right. Do we have some questions in the VC in general? Could also be personal questions. I don't mind answering some personal stuff. I have no problem with this. Okay, I don't see a question. Please doc staff, sir. Stop this, sir. I'm getting flooded in my direct messages with all this, sir. I have a proposal. Yeah, I know. Um, okay. So if there are no questions additionally, I'll just wait. I see Chris typing at the moment. Chris had already a very great idea in yesterday's AMA. Just to let the people know, which haven't been able to attend the AMA, he said we should do a quick, like 30-second to 1 minute video of us somehow promoting um, BankersDream in a quick educational way, just to teach in a very short video, like a pitch about BankersDream. We are currently working on this to make it. Yeah, we want it to be, of course, um, very professional looking, but it was a great idea because the whole community is able to use such a short video, and they can send it to all the people which are interested. People tend to have a very short attention span, so if they join an AMA and I keep just bouncing into the head and talking and talking and talking as I'm doing right now, some people, it's just too much information for some people. That's also why we are holding daily AMAs, sometimes, of course, 1 to 2 AMAs a day, as time allows it for us. But yes, it was a great idea. That's why we immediately started working on it. Additionally, we did implement, for the people which didn't see it right now, on our dashboard. You are now able to see the progress of the reward distribution, so for the contract sell, because our contract has to sell the tax collected to distribute the BUSD rewards. You are now able to see it in our dashboard. Our dev was pretty quick in developing and implementing this. Community asked for this at some point because we had in the chat all the time the questions, when is the next contract sell? Of course, a lot of people are using this as a entry point, which is pretty smart. I have to say that it's pretty smart to use this. And yeah, if you want to see the progress for the next payday, just take a look at the dashboard. You can see it right there. And yes, we will have the fund displayed also, and the whole fund activity going on, and the how do you call it, like a quick overview of the fund itself. On our website, we wanted to use, if anybody knows it, coin stats. You are able to connect the actual fund wallet to these yeah, some sort of dashboard, and you are able to implement it on the website. The main problem we ran into it was if we do connect our wallet to the dashboard, we would run into problems later on because, as you know, some people, some bad people tend to just, for example, airdrop a scam token, for example, into the fund wallet. It's not bad if you have such a token in your wallet which just randomly plops up. I would advise you not to interact with it at all. Do not try to sell it. Do not try to transfer it anywhere else. Just let it sit in your wallet. Yeah, it is the way it is. Just let it be there. The problem would be with for example, if we would use CoinStats, they could just airdrop the token in there and it would be displayed as an investment of the community fund, which we definitely do not want in the future. Because we do know already some people of our community are also checking out the investments we have done so far in the fund and are also interested in, for example, our moon investment, which is coming up, which is not a bad thing because, as I said before, we are doing a great job at the whole vetting process. We cannot make the investments 100% safe, but we can make them as safe as possible for us. And yeah, we do not want to people just take a look at the fund and say, hey, I didn't see this token before, I will check it out, I will go buy it, and then it turns out to be a scam token. This is nothing we want to do, so I think we will most likely just develop the whole fund display ourselves, so we have 100% full control over it, and for the future especially, it's very important to have it that way. We are right now looking to implement the whole voting system for our investments and a voting system in general in which you will be able to use our dashboard, our reward dashboard for the moment, and you will be able to just connect your wallet. It will just read out if you have a bank holding and how much banks you are holding, and then you will have the voting power accordingly to the connected wallet. So with this, we are able to um, yeah, not have anyone just dropping into the Telegram and voting on different things. Lazuli, I missed the first part of the AMA. Um, did you did you already watch an AMA with all the fundamentals, like for example in here, Lazuli, with the whole little presentation? Just let me know in the chat. Yes, okay. Do you have, because I'm always doing this whole fundamental part at the beginning for the people which are new to BankersDream. I could proceed normally. Okay, perfect. If you have any question, just let me know. Um, yeah, where have I been? The fund, yes, the voting system um, will be implemented, and yeah, let's see how it turns out. As you know, we did apply for CMC and for CG. We do not have anything back right now. And yes, this for the news itself. For our token, um, yeah, I don't think I have to say a lot for our token. We are aware the volume is a bit low at the moment, and the rewards are taking some time to get distributed and paid out at this time of lower volume. Just stick with us. The market is bleeding out at the moment. So the people are, yeah, they are pretty scared to do new investments. We see a lot of people joining, for example, the Telegram. A lot of people are following us on Twitter. New people are following us on Twitter. So we are constantly growing, and I think we have a lot of people just watching the further development of our token. And once market starts to pick up, I think shortly after this we will also start to pick up. You have to appreciate the fact of at our chart that we had a very big pump around 250%, and normally, um, yeah, after such a big pump, a bigger dump will follow. Then there will be a certain level of floor finding, and in most of the time there will be a correlating chart. So not a lot would be happening after such a big pump. We had the big pump, we already had the correction, we are holding a pretty high floor, and then the overall market crashed. Um, I didn't see a lot of sells. There was, I think, one bigger sell, I think 5 BNB sell or what it was, but we also had 12 BNB buys um, in one buy, which was amazing for the buying contest. Shout out to the person who did actually buy the 12 BNB and secured the 1 BNB of winnings for themselves. But yeah, we do not have a lot of price action going on right now, but we are holding a very high floor. And at this time, right now, with a bleeding market and right after a initial pump we had of around 250%, it is amazing to hold this floor. Yeah, it is. It shows the dedication of the community. It shows that our plan to work tightly with the community is definitely um, is definitely working, and we are still growing in numbers. We are growing in holders. Every day we are growing in, for example, Twitter followers, etc. pp. And I do know of some people which do want to invest, but they are pretty new in crypto. So we need to give them some time to sort all the things out. It takes a lot of education in our token. We are aware of this. People need to understand our utility. People need to understand the whole concept we are driving, but still we are holding a very, very high floor for the current market situation, and especially since we are sitting right after a big pump, which we did receive. So we do have a very, very high floor holding at the moment. Um, just for the people which didn't follow the project from the beginning, we did have a very low cap pre-sale. It was a 70 BNB pre-sale with pink sale we had. Um, we did we did this with the intention to create a lot of buy pressure for the pre-sale itself. And yeah, things turned out right. We did fill this pre-sale. It was like 40 seconds, 50 seconds, I don't remember actually. And we did start with a market cap of around 80k, which is very low for a pre-sale token. And right now we are sitting on a market cap. Yeah, it is around a 7 to 8x, I think, for the market cap itself. So we are holding a 7 to 8x after the pre-sale right now. And as we said before, we had the same thing going on right before the pump as we have going on right now. A lot of people joining, a lot of new faces in AMAs, a lot of new people in the chat. Of course, not everyone who joins the chat is writing actively in the chat. Some people are just watching. Some people are just joining to remember the project, to check it out later. We have the same thing going on right now as we had right before the initial pump. So let's see how the things turn out. I think if we do start to pump again at some point, we will be most likely able to break the all-time high again, and we will be most likely able to find a higher floor again. Yeah, not if when. That's that's true. That's right, Dave. Not if when we start to pump again. At some point it will happen, definitely. Um, yeah, we will be most likely finding a higher floor again, and this is what it's all about. For the way of growth we did choose, we wanted organic growth. We didn't want to have a lot of pump and dump growth, so we do not want to, at least at this time, we do not want to use, let's say, for example, a Travelot promo. We do know a Travelot brings a lot of buyers into a project, but you have to just think about one thing. If you are a low cap token, let's say, for example, around the 500k-ish zone, um, it is a very volatile token, a very volatile token. So a pump with a dump following right after it could break the token's neck or could destroy all the growth we did build up so far. So we did decide to better use Poocoin ads, for example. Do not get me wrong, right now we do not have active running Poocoin ads. We did have them before. Um, we want to use, for example, the press release just to create a lot of exposure. We are doing a lot of Reddit, a lot of Twitter, etc. pp. Of course, we are using different influencers, no question about this. But we want to keep the overall growth, especially at the early start of the token with the lower market cap right now. We want to keep it organic. We want to rather take a slower growth with us and to rather educate the people and to create a very strong holder base for the token itself. So we are able to stabilize the token even more. Um, One thing, I forgot this before. Um, People shouldn't forget this. Let me open up something really quick. Give me a second. So right now, um, one thing with the market crashing at this point of time, um, do not forget we are a token which is paired with wrapped BNB. So let's say keep it as BNB for the moment. We are a token which is paired with BNB. So if BNB is crashing, since our liquidity holdings are in BNB, of course our liquidity holdings are also going down. Keep this in mind. It is very important to know if the market is bleeding, and especially for our token, if BNB is bleeding, we are also struggling as a token itself. Once the market recovers, of course, our overall token will additionally recover. So keep this in mind. We are right now fighting against a market full of fear, full of scared people, a lot of scared people which are not willing to invest in the current market situation. So we are fighting against this. We are fighting against a very big dip in the overall market so far, which affects our token indirectly, and which also leads, if you do not have a very strong holder base, this additionally leads to bigger sells sometimes. More sells occur, and for these situations we are, especially since we are sitting on a higher floor right after this bigger pump we had going on right here, it is a very comfortable spot we are sitting on right now. So um, we we do really like the spot we are sitting on, and right now we can build up the community, we can build up the overall exposure to get ready for the next pump going on or for a recovering market, so we are able to do most out of it. This is just the last little thing I wanted to add additionally, because I forgot this before. And yes, some buys going on, some smart people building up their bags even more. I like this. Um, yeah, just for the market situation right now. Do I have someone with a question? No question at the moment. Okay. If you do have any questions and you do not want to speak in the voice chat because it is getting recorded and uploaded to YouTube, just let me know in the chat. Just link me so I can see it. I'll give you some time for it. Just wanted to thank the devs for their hard work. Thank you. But we have to definitely thank the community. Um, you all are doing an amazing job. You keep on participating in the different chills on Reddit and everything, and it is simply crazy. Um, the community. Haven't seen such a strong community very often in different projects, I have to admit it, and I have been in a lot of projects. Just for the people, a quick note. Um, I think it was yesterday, we had someone of the community whose wallet got hacked and wiped completely. So again, the reminder, do not put out your seed phrase at any time. Do not share your seed phrase at any time. And most of the projects, honestly, I do not know any project which has something like this, but nothing has a, for example, customer support service which will be DMing you. Nothing will have like a support overall, or the admins or mods also won't direct message you first. Unless we have an ongoing conversation in Telegram, of course. If I have, let's say, a conversation with uh, Kerry, of course I can write him and I can um, tell him, hey, all right, this is this and this, and I can DM him first because we have an ongoing conversation. But if we do not have an ongoing conversation, um, no one of the team, no one of the mods will direct message you first. Just keep this in mind. Um, Additionally, we did have the person Dale did write it in here. Yeah, Trust Wallet doesn't have an app for the computer, and please, there is a Trust Wallet website for the computer which asks you to put in your seed phrase to have access to your wallet. Of course, it's pretty logic. Of course, you would need to put your seed phrase in, but Trust Wallet doesn't have a computer application um, or a website which asks you for your seed phrase. This person didn't know it. It looked very legit when we talked to them, and yeah, the wallet got wiped. We did try to track the transactions, especially for the bank's tokens. Um, they got sold off immediately, and the all the holdings got transferred to another wallet. So not really something we could help with. But what I wanted to say to point out this community is um, one in the community was feeling sorry for the person which got hacked, and he did yeah, compensate him for the lost banks. He did send him the banks. Additionally, we did send this person some banks from the founders team to compensate him for his loss, because he did lose actually a pretty big amount of money. I think it was around $2,000. So yeah, we do all know sometimes it happens in the crypto space. No one is really 100% safe of it. So please just just keep it in mind. If it happens to you, you are able to reach out to us. Of course, we cannot get your money back, but we can help in any way possible. We do know one or the other person. We did build up pretty good connections in the crypto community, so maybe somehow we are able to at least help a little bit. So if it happens to you, you can reach out to us. No problem there. And otherwise, just remember to not put out your seed phrase anywhere. And do not fall for all the Telegram scammers. They they are sometimes very, yeah, they have very refreshing ideas to hear about, new ways of scamming. Additionally, with all the airdrop scams or something like that, um, we do not have any airdrops going on for our token. And we did already have persons impersonating team members. I had someone impersonating me who did write actually me, so I don't know. It was a pretty straightforward dumb person, I think, because he was impersonating me and writing me. So absolutely stupid move from him. But yeah, these things happen in the crypto space, especially in Telegram. Sadly, Telegram is not doing, yeah, or they can't do a lot to stop them. So just stay safe, everyone. Yeah, just a quick reminder additionally. Um, Mike, Buka, I love the way you speak and how open and educative you are. Thank you. Thank you. I think you have been joining today, if I remember correctly. Yeah, welcome. Welcome to the family, Mike. Um, yeah, you will see if you attend more AMAs and everything, you will see we are a very, very transparent team. We do not have any problems um, with any questions or something else. Just let us know anything that strikes your mind. What did we have prior? Did I miss something? Any questions? Nah, not directly. You and the team should put in your name and bio that you don't DM first ask for. Yeah, definitely. We did miss on this one. We will put it in our name. I will tell the team also. Um, well, fake Buka almost got me. Gary. Buka told you that you should be the voice on the video. Yeah, yeah. I will actually do the video. I will do the video, and once it's ready, I will, I will, for the first time, share it with Chris because it was his idea, so he can give us instant feedback on the video. Yeah, let's see how this turns out. It will take some more time because we had a lot of other things going on. For example, the setup of the Turkish community, and yeah, let's see how things work out. 2,800 members. Yeah, nice. Um, don't don't worry about the members in Telegram. I will most likely go through the whole member list again because we had a lot of bots joining with all the pre-sale promos we had running for the whitelist and everything. And it is pretty hard to keep them away. We have a captcha um, on the welcome message, but the bots are getting smarter and smarter every day, and it's hard to sometimes differentiate a bot and a real person if you simply look at the name in the members list. But yes, just to let you know, I'm representing crypto research. Okay. Um, are there any additional questions? Maybe also for the market situation or for our token, for anything, any questions? Just raise your hand, or if you do not want to talk because we are recording it, just drop the questions. No point, Paul Puka will delete. Yeah, at some point, we need to clean the members list because some people already reached out to us and asked why do we have so many bots in our Telegram. Yeah, we are aware of the problem, but it's hard for us to differentiate who is real, who is fake, if we only take a list, a look at the members list. Yes, exactly. They use real names. It's really hard to get rid of them. But still, as you see, we keep on growing. Um, we did delete. I think we only had around 2,700 members. Of course, there are a lot of people like yesterday. Yesterday we had another round of Reddit posts going on for CMS and some other subreddits, and it was crazy. they AJ and me, we got instantly flooded with DMs, and the people, all this people with their proposals, they didn't stop to drip into the chat and just instantly spam us with DMs. And it is no nice way sometimes which they use to message us. Some people are just spamming the question mark, and they will delete the message of the question mark they just wrote, so that I cannot see if he was spamming, if I would just be taking a look at the chat, and he would just repeat this process over the whole time. He was just spamming question mark and deleting it again, and spamming question mark, deleting it again. Some people are really, yeah, very annoying. But I had one guy send me 20 messages in 1 minute and then called me. Oh yes, I'm getting. That's why I did stop the people to allow calls because they called me all the time. I did just answer them, so they did instantly answer again in this question, and then they started spam calling me. Only one question: how much there is in community funds, not considering the marketing wallet? Ooh, I need to actually take a look right now. I can't do it right now. Um, I think with the bank's holdings included, it should be around 10k, around 10 to 15k. I will take a look later, Latsuli. Um, It is no liquid funds at the moment. We did invest it. We did already a dollar cost average in the existing investments. Um, what we could do again, we did do this before. We still have, because the contract is like close to selling right now. We could use additionally the buyback and burn funds, because right now, for example, 2 BNB buyback and burn wouldn't have a big impact on our chart. And we think as a team it is better to use this for investments. We will set up a poll later on once we are finished with the previous work we have to do. And I think, yeah, most of the people did vote already to always use it for the community fund. We think it is a smart decision, at least at the moment, right now, especially right now with the market dipping. And yeah, we could maybe put in one or two other investments just to start dollar cost averaging into them. I think Balboa it was, or no, I think Robert G who did ask us if we want to jump, for example, on Matic and start staking Matic, because right now we have a great entry point, of course. But we will take a look. And first, we need to know if the community actually wants us to use the funds of the buyback and burn for the community fund. We'll set up a poll, and you are able to vote. Maybe could be a good idea to put this fund in a farm like AutoCake. Yes, yes, definitely. We want the fund to compound. Um, my suggestion is to put every unused fund in a BNB farm. Yes, definitely. Oh, shit. Dale, can you just unmute Latsuli? Rose has been striking again. Rose is going crazy again. My suggestion is to put every unused fund in a BNB farm. Yes, definitely. If we do have unused BNB holdings, we are looking into, like, for example, a BNB farm, just to compound things even faster. These are always little steps, but as we all know, also little steps are helping a lot with the future growth of the token, especially of the community fund. Right now, the community fund is sitting on a great position, especially with the initial Moonrock investment, because we will receive, once they um, are launching their meme chain capital token, um, we will have another investment one to one of our Rock wallet in this meme chain capital token, and it is a very good yeah, way to compound the fund even more, because we are pretty sure the Moonrock team will also put a lot of funds into um, the growth of the meme chain capital token. It is a stealth launch. I do not know any details because it is a stealth launch. Of course, they won't tell me also, even if we have a pretty good um, yeah, relationship with the current team in Moonrock. But yeah, and additionally, if you see me jumping around, for example, in the Moonrock Telegram chat or in the Moon Telegram chat, um, don't, don't wonder about this. Of course, if we invest into a project, since we are somehow also building a connection to the team, and we of course want to build a connection to the trader, yeah, somehow, no? That's why I want to address it. If you see me, um, don't worry about it. We are doing it just to help to keep the motivation up in the, at least in the community, because when Moonrock was dipping, of course, a lot of fear was striking the community again. A lot of stupid questions, as for example, if the team is rug pulling the community at the moment. We just want to help to clear things out, just to give an, yeah, a little incentive for the people to calm down. We want to help our investments there, of course, because if they do well, our fund is doing even better. So of course we are looking to help keep the motivation up in these projects. Also, for example, I think at least one person from our community is also in the Moon Telegram chat, which is our newest investment in the community fund. Um, we are helping out a little bit there to keep the motivation up, just because they ran into a contract issue at launch, which definitely sucks because it wasn't their fault. So we want to keep the community on track, and we want to keep our investments healthy, and we want them to really keep growing. And we also think once this goes around, especially in smaller projects, or let's say smaller projects at the moment, like Moonrock, or which is a pretty big project right now already, or for example Moon. Of course, this also helps a lot with connections being built between different developer teams, and different marketing strategies might open up for us, because for the people which are new, we want to offer, for example, especially for ICO projects, AMAs together with our community. So it is like sort of an AMA with a promo channel, but in a different kind of way. So they are able to make an AMA with us, with the community. All of us are able to ask our questions, and then the community has a pretty good idea most of the times if we should invest with the community fund into this ICO project, or if we do not want to put the investment down. Of course, we will not accept any random projects reaching out to us. We will check the founder teams in the beginning. We will vet the project itself. We will make it as secure as possible, and then they will have the possibility to make an AMA with us. For example, Moonrock, they said if we want to, they could jump into our project and have an AMA with our community. Right now, they do not have the time, and we do not have the time to additionally make such an AMA at the moment. But yes, it works, of course. They are getting a possible investment of our Bankers Whale fund, which is only looking for long-term investments and is actively, as I told you before, if you see me in different chats, do not wonder. Um, we do really help or try to help out the projects um, which we invested in, because we believe in the projects, and of course we need to be or need to make them as strong as possible. This help a lot to take the community focused on projects. That's definitely Lazuli. Oh, I missed him leaving. Sorry, Lazuli. Okay. Any any questions now? Someone who still wants to call me a traitor like Dale? um, yeah, yeah, no, you can, no, you don't have to send the heart right now. Okay. Um, no, pretty good AMA again. We will, of course, keep up the the daily AMAs, and we will keep up. Um, yeah, trying to deliver as much as possible, as fast as possible. Like for example, the progress bar. I think it was this week people started to ask for it. Um, we were please mute Dale. We were able to do it pretty fast. The fund will take some more time because we did run into the issue with airdropping into our our token, our fund wallet, and yeah, keep it up. Very strong community. Um, Very strong floor we are holding right now. We are looking for the future. We are looking forward um, for a growth in this project because we do really think we can reach. So our plan is to reach the 10 million market cap in at least the next few weeks slash months, which would be a very nice goal if we can reach it. And yeah, from there we will have a very good standing for the future growth. It's all a exposure game, so we appreciate every single help we get from the community with the retweets, the likes, the comments, and keep it up. We do love the way you interact with us. I really start to, yeah, to see this community as a big circle of friends. And I would end the AMA right now. We did fill 1.5 hours again. Sorry for me talking that much. And yeah, the news with the Turkish community, we will drop them very soon. We will start working on them with Crypto Ali and Gems Professor. Shout out to them again to help us. And yes, otherwise I would end the video call right now and wish you all a nice day in whichever time zone you are sitting. For me, it is 9:30 p.m. right now, so still some time to put some work in. All right, people. Thank you, and bye bye.